Hey everybody, it's Jen with Retiree Wannabes, coming to you with the details of our Santa Fe trip. We hit up Tent Rocks National Monument, Taos area, a couple breweries in Santa Fe, as well as a really awesome hike called Handy Natural Springs right on the banks of the Rio Grande. So stick around and check it out. We ended up staying at Santa Fe Skies RV Park just south of Santa Fe. And this was a tough pick for us because this was the most that we've spent on an RV park so far in our trip. But it turned out to be a really great location and the amenities are wonderful. So we enjoyed them for the few nights we were there. They have full hookup back-in sites or pull-through sites for large Class A's. We opted for a back-in site, which was a little more private. Each site has a paved patio with table and chair set, which is really nice. We haven't encountered that. There are really nice showers, a really nice clubhouse with free coffee every morning, laundry on site, coin laundry on site available, and a really nice walking path that goes the entire perimeter of the RV park. So it was quite pet friendly. The sunrise in the morning from the patio was awesome, and the sunsets from the walking trail on the other side of the park were also equally nice. The rate of $50 per night was pretty much on par with the remainder of the competitor RV parks in the Santa Fe area. The staff was also extremely friendly as we showed up without reservations per usual. They accommodated us very nicely and were more than helpful. The other perk that the girls enjoyed was the fully enclosed dog park. They had a blast getting off leash and being able to run and meet a couple other dogs while we were there. And there goes the sunset, which was awesome.
Lucy, come here. Go, Mia, go.
So after we wore the girls out, we headed into Santa Fe. They had Christmas lights all over the place since we were just a couple weeks away from Christmas. And they also had luminaries on most of the buildings in the area, which was really nice. It added to the character and the architecture of the city, which was beautiful. So we ended up checking out 3 breweries that night. Desert Dogs and Santa Fe Brewing, as well as Chili Line Brewing. And by far, Chili Line was our favorite. They had chili beer, red chili and green chili, which was awesome. The next morning, we woke up quite early to get a start to the day, and this is what awaited us. The sunrise at our campsite was awesome. We headed back into town to check out the cathedral, grab breakfast, and then later that afternoon, we made the drive out to Tent Rocks National Monument, which was quite impressive. They had an area open that is not always open, which is the Upper Loop Trail. So we made the drive up there. The overlook was nice. They had several different mountain ranges that could be seen from this overlook. The tent rocks that appear in the park were actually formed by volcanoes long time ago, and they were pretty impressive. There is a loop trail and there's also a canyon slot trail. We definitely recommend doing the canyon slot trail. Even though it's a little more difficult and the footing is a little tricky, it's definitely worth getting in there and exploring, going as far as you can. If you can't physically make it all the way to the top, which the trail is a summit trail, that's okay. Go as far as you can because you definitely do not want to miss this section of the trail. The last third of the trail is a pretty aggressive incline, but the views are definitely worth the effort. to the end. How was it, Saman?
Good.
It started out real easy and then it got real hard.
Cool. We got our exercise for the day.
Yes, we did. And then we got to go all the way back down to the parking lot. Day 2, we headed up towards Taos, stopping at Camel Rock, also stopping at a mission in Shemaya, which was really nice to walk through. And then we walked through the town of Taos and checked out a couple of the local shops. The area is really cute, very walkable. We got there pretty early, which seems to be the key to beating a lot of the crowds that we saw on our way back down towards Santa Fe. Then we continued driving north up to find a trail that we had heard about on All Trails called Hanby Natural Springs Hike. And so we took that drive north, and the drive, just like the drive from Santa Fe to Taos, the drive from Taos out a little further was really nice. The snow-capped mountains, all the different houses, looking at all the architecture was beautiful.
You just gotta go slow.
For like 3 miles.
Oh, it's gonna be better.
So the 3-mile dirt road was definitely worth it. The views from the top alone were awesome, looking down into the gorge of the Rio Grande. So we took the trail, and it was nice gradual switchbacks all the way down the mountain. There was a few rocky areas. You need some footing, especially when we were there, because there was a little bit of snow left on the trail. But for the most part, it was a pretty doable trail for most average hikers. What'd you think, Mimi? Mia, you like the snow? Huh? Come on, let's keep going. There were 2 natural springs at the bottom. One was a little smaller. The larger one was occupied once we got there. So we stopped and took in the views, and it was really nice. You could hear the Rio Grande water rushing by. You looked up and saw a canyon wall as far as you could look. So this was Mia's not favorite part. And then we stopped off at the Rio Grande Bridge lookout before heading back into Santa Fe to end the evening with this awesome sunset. Next, we are off on a couple short stops throughout New Mexico and into Arizona before eventually getting to Sedona. So stay tuned. We'll be coming out with more details on our trip as we go.